These are ridiculous indictments. And all they're doing is hoping for massive election interference. That's all they want to do. They want to damage the leading candidate. By the way, leading by far, I have to say. DeSanctus is gone. DeSanctus is gone. He's just about over. I think if he ever made a comeback, it would be the greatest comeback in political history. He's gone. I endorsed him. He was gone before I endorsed him. I endorsed him. You know that, right? I endorsed him. I said, all right. He came in crying, please, please, you'll do it. I said, you're so far behind, you couldn't win. If George Washington and Abraham Lincoln came back from the dead, you couldn't win. No. Sir, if you endorse me, I'll win. I'll win. So, he worked on the impeachment hoax #1 and impeachment hoax #2, two of the many hoaxes that I had to go through. But he was just one of many, many guys. These guys worked much harder. Kelly, Muser, they worked much, much harder. Much harder. You guys worked much harder. But he did a little bit that I didn't know the man he was running against. His name's Adam Putnam, good man. Well, I heard he was a rhino, so I feel a little bit better, but I didn't know him. So I said, let's give it a shot, Ron. And he's down so much, like 30, 40 points. In one night, he is leading by a lot. And we had him get past a guy named Pullum, who was at the time the hottest guy in the Democrat Party. Stacey Abrams being the female version. Stacey Abrams and Pullum. These were the two hottest politicians in the Democrat Party, and Ron said, I don't think I'll be able to beat him. I said, Ron, we'll do a couple of rallies. We did 3 rallies. They were massive. I said, Ron, you're going to win. I don't think so. He ends up winning. Then 3 years later, they say, will you run against the president? Will you run against the president? He says, I have no comment. I said, that means he's running. This son of a bitch is running against me. I got him elected. He's running. So I tell that story, even though all of my wonderful geniuses that we do have a good campaign going, I have to say, but my wonderful geniuses, my consultants and people that you have, they say, sir, people don't care about loyalty in this business. I say, I think they do. See, I think they do. I think a story like that means something to people, but they say I'm wrong. But so far the polls have proven, because he has taken a dive like few people have seen before. It's funny, all of his big donors, he had a lot of big donors, and they were all maybe sort of, they don't love me because I'm very much anti-business with China. You know what? I'm a person that puts America first. These people want to put the globe first, right? So they don't love it. But I read stories where, these big rich guys, they're all guys that I know very well. And they're sort of leaning toward him, and they're going with him. And, this is like 6 months ago. They're going to go with him. I think they're going to go with him because he's a globalist, basically, right? He's a Paul Ryan disciple. Anybody a Paul Ryan disciple, you don't want him, believe me. Guy's a loser. But look, he had to leave because he couldn't have won. He was out. But remember this. When the people, they're all with him. They're all set. They're going with him. We're going with the sanctimonious. And then last week, I started getting phone calls 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. Hi, President. I just called to say hello. What are the big donors? Oh, I thought you were with DeSanctus. No, weren't you with DeSanctus? Sometimes referred to as DeSanctimonious. Never referred to as DeSantis. Never. Of course, he did change his name in the middle of the campaign. You know that, right? Are we having fun? What the hell?